Good morning and welcome to Coffee Talk. So, I'm dressed because the power went out last night, and I woke up and thought, I feel so well rested, but it's only 6 o'clock. Charlie comes down. She's like, I stayed dry. I want to watch a show, whatever. Michael walks out into the kitchen. He comes back. He goes, the power went out. I go, okay. He goes, it's 7:10. 7:10. Nobody in my house sleeps till 7:10. The clock's going out, messed everybody up. Meanwhile, Olivia has to be at the soccer field in like a minute and a half. So, such is life. I wanted to talk about emotional stability. There is nothing worse than being in a situation where you are, I don't want to say stuck, but dealing with somebody who is emotionally unstable. We all have moments of emotional instability, but when someone suffers from chronic emotional instability, it affects everybody around them. If you are married to somebody who is emotionally unstable, it affects you. It affects your children. It affects the dynamic in the house. You're walking on eggshells. You don't know if, their emotional state affects how your day is going to go. Because if they're in a good mood, then everybody's allowed to be in a good mood. If they're in a bad mood or having a bad day, then everybody is then a slave to placate their emotions. And so often it is so taxing on the people that love them. I lived in my own home growing up with my mother, who went through serious bouts of emotional instability. And it makes you want to run away. It makes you want to hide or not come home. And if you are home, stay in your room. It forces you to become an overthinker because you don't want to say anything that's going to set them off. So you're constantly overthinking your responses or your approach to everything. I had a coworker one time who was emotionally unstable, and the whole world was out to get her. Nobody could ever say anything right to her. And it was like we all spent so much energy trying to placate her and speak in a non-aggressive manner and make sure that we thought and overthought everything that we were going to say. And it's very difficult. But what's more difficult is when the person you're with who's emotionally unstable won't get help. If you are in a situation living with, raising children with, somebody who is truly emotionally unstable and they won't get help, you need to figure out why. What are they afraid of? Because why wouldn't anybody want to get well? Think about that. Why wouldn't anybody want to get well, especially for the people they love? It is so unfair to those of you who have to live in this situation. I dated somebody before Michael, I talk about it all the time, who was so emotionally unstable. And I never had an original thought or feeling in the entire relationship because every single thing I thought or felt was a direct result of what kind of day, thoughts, or feelings he was having. And that is the truth. And he was bigger and stronger, and I couldn't fight that. So if he came at me, if I said the wrong thing and he came at me, I immediately just apologized because he had convinced me that a lot of it was me. That's the other thing about people who are emotionally unstable. They become master manipulators to protect their miserable existence. So they make everybody else think it's them. If you just didn't say that, I wouldn't have to get so angry. If you didn't act like that when we were out in public, I wouldn't have to grab you by your arm like that. If you didn't whatever, I wouldn't have to make you cry. And you start going, why can't I do anything right? I can't do or say anything right. But the truth is, it's not us. Emotional instability is a problem. And if the person you are with won't get help, I just don't see how it can work unless you just literally want to live your life enslaved to the emotional state of somebody else. Oh, I did it for 2 years, guys. It's horrible. And I just want you to know, if you are going through it, I do know exactly what you're going through. If you are living in a home with a parent who is emotionally unstable, I know what you are going through. Counting down the days till you are 18. Counting down the days till you go away to college. If you are married to someone or in a relationship with someone who is emotionally unstable, I know what it's like to have no idea who you're going to go to bed with and who you're waking up with. A lot of times they're not the same person. It's like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde all the time. Anyway, if you are dealing with this, you are not alone. I'm sure there are many of us here who have dealt with it or are dealing with it. So we are here for you. Enjoy your Saturday. I love you so much. Have a great day.